Okay, today we are going to solve some more equations. These are a little longer ones to start with, but if you do apply the simplify rule, I think you'll see they're not too hard. So the first thing we need to do would be distribute. Remember, multiplication comes first, so I don't add the 17 and 3 together. So when I distribute this 3, I'm going to get plus 3x. 3 times negative 2 would be minus 6. Still have my minus 11x. Here I'm distributing a negative 7, so it's going to be negative 7x. Negative 7 times 2 would be negative 14 plus 14. Now, simplifying is so much easier, so please get in the habit of looking to see if you can do that. I got 17. Do I have any other regular numbers? Yes, and the sign goes with it that's in front. Minus 6, that would be 11. I have a 3x. I got any other things with x? Yes, minus 11x. So 3x minus 11x is negative 8x. So we're just doing the math on one side is really what you're doing. Negative 7x, I don't have any other x's over here. Minus 14 plus 14 is just 0. So see how it's simplified down into a much easier problem. I don't have any x's on the or any numbers on the right, so let's take my x's over there. So let's add x to each side. And that just gives me 11 equals 1x, which I'll just write as x, and I'm done. So after that simplify step, turned into a pretty easy problem. But again, remember when you're distributing, watch your negative signs, because that's where many of you make your mistakes. Again, we need to distribute on this one. So I'm going to distribute a negative 4, so it's going to become negative 4y minus 8 plus 8. I'm going to distribute a 2. I get 2y minus 2. Still have my minus 7y and plus 15. So I'm going to look to simplify. Negative 4y, don't have any other y's on this side. Negative 8 plus 8 is gone, it's 0. 2y minus 7y would be negative 5y. Remember, the sign in front goes with it, so this is really negative 2 plus 15 would be plus 13. So I'm just going to add 5y to each side. And I get 1y, which I don't usually write the 1. Y equals 13, and I'm done. So simplify is a very important step, and it'll make life easier for you if you remember to do it. Alright, everybody's favorite word problem. 3 times the lesser of 2 consecutive even integers is 16 less than 4 times the greater. Find the 2 integers. So we're looking for 2 integers, and we know that they're even integers. So when you define it, let x be the first even integer. And again, think about even integers. Choose an even integer like 6. What do you do to 6 to get the next even integer, which is 8? Well, you add 2. What do you do to 8 to get the next one, which is 10? You add 2. So even integers are 2 apart. So what am I going to do to x to get the next one? I'm going to follow that pattern and add 2. So x plus 2 is my second even integer. So we're just going to read a little bit at a time. 3 times the lesser. Well, ask yourself which one of these would be the lesser, the x or the x plus 2. Well, the x would be the smaller one. So 3 times that would just be 3x. Is translates equal. 16 less than something, we need the something first. So I'm going to hold on to that and continue reading. 4 times the greater. Well, the greater then would have to be this one. If I want to show 4 times that whole thing, if I just do this, I'm not taking 4 times the whole thing, I'm only taking 4 times the x. So to show 4 times that whole thing, the whole thing being the x plus 2, I have to put it in parentheses. Now I go back and I'm going to use that 16 less than that, so it's minus 16. Once you get it set up, you just solve like we've been doing by distributing. You're going to get 4x plus 8 minus 16. I'm going to simplify and get 4x. 8 minus 16 would be negative 8. So I'm going to subtract 4x from each side. Since I don't have any numbers on this side, I get negative 1x equal negative 8. Can't have negative 1, so I divide by negative 1, and I get x equals 8. Now notice it says find 2 integers. Well, x is 8, so I put it right back in here and get 8 plus 2 is 10. So 8 and 10 are my 2 integers that would work here.